Shalom, I'm giving all praise to Yahawah, Sham, Sham, Qadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, We Know More Than the Prophets of Old. In other words, we understand all of the prophecies. The prophets of old did not understand. As you know, they wrote these visions down, but didn't understand them. Even when the angel, even when it was broken down to them, they didn't understand. So their job as prophets was to receive visions. Prophet simply means a compound word, pro, meaning to go before or forward. Professe is to speak, to say forward, to say something that's going to happen in the future. So that's what the ancient prophets and the great men of the Most High did, that the Most High was dealing with them. He gave them these prophecies that were to happen in their lifetime or to happen 100 years from the time that they were on the earth. And they also received prophecies that were going to take place thousands of years in the future. You know, when you go back to the prophet Daniel, he received those prophecies more than 2,000 years ago. He received the prophecies when he was in the Babylonian captivity, when the Israelites were in the Babylonian captivity. So the Most High showed him the vision of the Medes. Well, actually, for example, when you go to Daniel chapter 8, what Daniel saw was Alexander the Greek, his 4 generals that came up with him as young men, the Medo-Persian Empire, it was a Persian Mede Empire, then the Greeks, then Antiochus Epiphanes. That's in Daniel chapter 8. It has nothing to do with the Antichrist. This is a prophecy that's getting ready to come. No, it already took place. So these prophecies of him seeing the Medo-Persian Empire happened during his lifetime. When Alexander came on the scene, Daniel was no longer, he was in the spirit realm. When Antiochus Epiphanes came on the scene, that was long after he died. But you can say that they were hundreds of years, let's say 500 plus, during the time of the Maccabees, was 168, 150, around that time. So he saw things in the near future, Medo-Persians, and to the far future, which was Antiochus Epiphanes. So anybody that says, like I say again, Daniel chapter 8 has nothing. You can't. Anybody that go to Daniel chapter 8 and said this is going to happen, they don't understand the scriptures. They don't understand prophecy. And then Daniel also saw the Babylonian Empire, which he was a part of, the Medo-Persian Empire, which he was a part of. Then you had the Greeks, the Romans, which he saw, Daniel 7. Then you had the rebirth of the, now in Daniel 7, it does go into the rebirth. It talks about the beast that was different from all the rest. But it's in that chapter, it's talking about the first beast and the revived beast. Because he saw the vision of the Most High, he saw the Messiah with the angels come and destroy that same beast. And scholars don't understand that. But Daniel became sick. They were overwhelmed by those visions. And their job was to only see visions and to write them down. Our job as prophets are to break these visions down that these ancient prophets had. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go by the Spirit. Plus, I got 3 lists in front of me with 3 different topics, and I may cherry pick a scripture here and a scripture there, and then the Spirit is going to lead me to other precepts. But I wanted to start off with, and this is on the list. So I said, well, let me see, which is, wait a minute, 2nd Ezra 10, verse 38. So I said, so this is in is it in the middle of the list? Bear with me for a minute. Yes, 2nd Ezra 10. It's in smack dab in the middle of the list. So I wasn't really familiar with the scripture. I said, let me look at it. So then when I read it, and on this list, the first precept is Amos 3 and 7. So I knew that I didn't put a topic on this list here, but when I saw Amos 3 and 7, I knew this is a topic centered around the prophets of the Most High. And you're going to have guys that get mad. How you going to say you over the prophets and you know more than the prophets? We do know more than the prophets. None of the prophets understood what they were seeing, even though it was given unto them. Even though an angel of the Lord said this means this and that means that, they still couldn't get it. We understand it because we can go back to history. Even these Christian Edomite scholars, they'll tell you, they'll go into the Persian and Mede Empire, the Greeks, the Romans. They'll tell you that because those prophecies took place. But when you go to Revelation, the prophetic parts of Revelation, because, Revelation 1 kind of is an intro to 7 churches, John seeing our Lord and what he looked like. A second chapter was to the, and that's a topic right there, second and third chapter of Revelation, the book of Revelation, because it goes into the 7 churches, and it goes into how they're out of order. Even though they're doing good things, they're out of order on this thing or they're out of order on that thing. And you got to get yourself back in order. Paul said, let everything be done decently and in order. And then you have the 4th chapter, the 5th chapter. The 5th chapter is heavy. It deals with the book and how the book had to be, the 7 seals had to be broken by the Lion of Judah, which is Yahawashi, and about Israel. And then the 6th chapter goes into the horses, white, black, the bay horse and the red horse. Then 7 goes into the 144,000. So when John saw these visions, he wrote them down, but really didn't understand them. And there was the angel that explained it. He still couldn't see it. Saw the woman, which is America. He didn't know there was America. These Christian scholars, when you look up Babylon in Revelation, as a matter of fact, I may even test that theory. Let me do this. Revelation. Let me see, Revelation. Let's try Revelation 18, one of my favorites. Revelation 18. And I want to go to the commentary. Even the blue letter has a commentary section. Matter of fact, I should go to that, but I'm looking for the hub. Revelation 18, Bible, hub. Okay, so let's see what they say about it. See, these scholars, these Edomites, are not concerned or worried about America being destroyed because they don't know that they're mentioned in the scriptures as Babylon. Like Cambridge, let's see what they say. It says, I'm sorry, let me come back up here. Revelation 18:1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. You know, let me go to the second verse. And he cried with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils. So let's see what that is. What they say about that. Mighty with a strong voice, with a mighty voice, Babylon is fallen. Okay, so it gives you Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Her fornication is her filthiness. Passing laws, perfect example is, I can give you a lot of examples, but a perfect example is they had passed laws to protect the alphabet people. You know, I got to speak in code. And recently you had they criticized, it was either Ghana, was it Ghana or it wasn't Nigeria. I believe it was Ghana, where you had what's her name, Kamala Harris, go over there with a check offering them millions of dollars. It was either Ghanaian or let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. African nations against homosexuality. Okay, it was Uganda. But I believe Ghana is the same thing. Hey, wait a minute. This is interesting. It says list of 67 anti-gay nations. And 67 nations gay equal criminal. Let me click on that. Wow. Now look at this. Anytime you see red, okay, all states in red have nationwide sodomy laws and not known efforts to remove them. This is America. They protect Mos. Canada, they protect Mos. The Central and South America, they protect alphabet people. But look at this. You can see the Red Sea, right? Look at this. These are all Arab nations. These are all Arab nations. They'll delete you if they find out you one of them. Russia, they're against it, but they're not as bad. They're not like America. But look at this. This is Africa. West Africa. And a lot of these countries, mainly in Africa and in the Arab world, they're totally against alphabetization. Let's say it that way. You got Egypt up here. You got Kush, or the Ethiopians down here. They got laws. On the other side, you got all the Arab nations. You got Kuwait is around about here. You got Iraq, Iran, all these, the Fertile Crescent. This is the Chaldees, Mesopotamia, the Euphrates, the Tigris. So you see it right there, but you don't see it nowhere else. You don't see not one red dot anywhere in the West, the uttermost part of the earth. Oh, this is interesting. See, this topic is going into a different direction now. It says, now check this out. Let me read this. Let me bring this down. It's a map of the 6 countries where sexual relations between people of the same sex are illegal. So these particular countries, which are African countries, the southern part of Africa, they're saying that they're illegal. They might give you a fine. They might give you a slap on the wrist. But the red is like, we're going to kill you. We're going to lock you up for life, or we're going to delete you. Okay, I don't see pink, okay? It says countries have sodomy laws that are currently being challenged before local courts. Sri Lanka, in pink, currently has a bill before the parliament to repeal its sodomy laws. Okay, so this is Sri Lanka. They have sodomy laws, lock you up, kill you, or whatever, but they're in the courts trying to get that repealed, amended, so you can pass laws to protect them. And where do you think they got that influence from? The great who of the scholar and Scarlet Color currently has a bill before it's a parliament to repeal or amend. It's repeal meaning to peel back. Take that law off the books. We got to protect these people. Sodomy laws. Indonesia, in orange, has laws that criminalize alphabet people only in some subnational jurisdictions. All states in red have nationwide sodomy laws and no known efforts to remove them. This is why Kamala Harris went over there Kamala Harris went over there to try to get him to pass that laws, and it was Uganda that said, no, we ain't with that. You can take your checkbook and hightail it back to the States. So now let me read this. And this was as of updated April. This is new. Happy sex is no longer as widely criminalized as it used to be. Why? Revelation 17 verse 4. Fornication. Now Bishop Nate said, oh, that's talking about the MOTB. No, it has nothing to do with the MOTB. They're not going to accept these laws. They're not going to repeal those laws, but they will accept the MOTB as it used to be, but a total of 65 nations still have laws against Moism. So a lot of these people are Israelites. Well, we know that these Ishmaelites, they're against that. But a lot of these people in Africa are Israelites. It says the most recent countries to have repealed their anti-happy laws are Dominica, meaning now you can be happy, in the Caribbean. Mauritius in the Indian Ocean, the Cook Islands in the South Pacific, that's Japhet, Singapore and Southeast Asia, Antigua and Bermuda. Wait a minute. Antigua and Bermuda, that's Benjamin. It said the most recent countries to have repealed their anti-happy. Why do you think Antigua and Bermuda, it used to be Bermuda, but they changed the name to Barbuda. Why they changed them laws? Because Esau giving them aid. He said, look, if you pass laws to protect happy people, because all people should be protected, then we're going to give you a lot of aid. St. Kitts, Benjamin. Antigua, Benjamin. Barbuda, Benjamin. St. Kitts, Benjamin. And Nevis. And Barbados in the Caribbean. So look, most are gonna fuck you Benjaminites up down there, man, because of what your government. Because they're getting millions of dollars, and it goes to the government. The government is getting millions upon millions of dollars, and they're living good. And they throw crumbs to the people. See, the majority of these nations here are relatively poor to middle class, working class people. Just do yourself a favor. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to do this. It's going in a different direction. All right? But this proves that who pushed this? Babylon the Great. Revelation 17:4. Let me go to Antigua and let me put in the government. See, this is getting spicy now. You Benjaminites and sold out. You notice it didn't say Jamaica. Jamaica ain't having that. Okay. Let me see. Let me just go ahead and click on it. Beautiful island, Antigua. Let me look at the government. You know what I'm going to do? Let me let me go to government. They're saying it's in Guatemala, which is Jake. Let me go to government. Government. Okay, Prime Minister Gaston Brown. Let's see what he looks like. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's a. Look at this! Look at the guy's mustache. Oh, he's an insider for sure. Look like Black Adolf Hitler. So he's the man. He's the man. Oh, wait a minute now. This guy Gustin, show you that he was groomed Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda since 2024. Education, the University of Manchester. So he came out of England. And you know England works with the whore because she sits on that beast, that scarlet colored beast. So he's trained. He was groomed. He's nothing but a puppet. Okay, so now let me come back over here to okay, let me go. Well, he deals with Barbuda as well. Let's deal with St. Kitts. St. Kitts. This is what, matter of fact, let me go to it. This is almost like a back to basics, but then again, it's really not. Okay, let me come over here. Let me go to Revelation 17 and 4. And the woman, which we know who the woman is, was arrayed in purple and in scarlet color. You had at the Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl, you had Usher with his happy ass. You had Usher. You had Usher and he was accompanied by what's her name? Damn, I can't remember her name. She did the song with this guy at the restaurant, Pan Pan's. That was Pan Pan's restaurant. There's a lot of history in that restaurant. Yahawah would say, "You feel like eating something, brother? Come on, we're gonna go to Pan Pan's." Well, that's where they filmed that song. Damn, I can't remember her name. But she was on the piano, and the piano looked like a dragon, and it was red with hints of purple in it. And I believe she was wearing red too. So she represented the Super Bowl. The halftime Super Bowl is nothing but a demonic ritual. So she was a part of it. And all these people in the entertainment business, sport business, whatever, they all sold out. All of them. What about Denzel? Denzel sold out. They all fucking sold out. Cat Williams is sold out. If he was real about it, he'd be off the scene. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and the scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. That has nothing to do with. This has nothing to do with Revelation 13 and 16. See, it says the hand. It says the hand. See, this guy's got a spell over them zombies in the IUIC. This has nothing to do with that. Sin in all of its forms. It says abominations and filthiness of her fornication. So you look up the word abominations, filthiness, and fornication. The MOTB has nothing to do with an abomination. It's a sin. It's not sin, but it's a sin. But it's not an abominable sin. Hold up. Wait a minute. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I believe the Book of Clarence is on Netflix because it just popped up. Give me a second here. bear with me for a minute. You know what? I'll come back and get it. I'll come back and get it. So abominations and filthiness of a fornication has nothing to do with the MOTB. So Uganda they're not going to repeal any laws concerning alphabet people, but they will accept the Karagma. And we got to keep pushing that. Bishop Nate is going to be found wanting. He's going to be found not telling the truth. I didn't know I was going to go into the Karagma. But anyway, okay, St. Kitts. Let me come back to St. Kitts. St. Kitts. Look at this dude. He got a wife, but you know how he gets down. They get wives for a front. I mean, I can't prove that. Let me go to government. All right, government, St. Kitts government. Okay, so the guy, he got the suit on. That's a telltale sign. You got that suit on with the tie? Let me see something. Okay, give me a second. Let me try this. Come on now. Okay, so I don't know if it's his family or the government or what. I mean, they doing good. They eating good. They feel they're good. They're good. Let me see something. I'm sorry. Office of the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, citizens. Oh, now they're pushing this, energy use. That's that global warming stuff. GDP. I'm trying to find. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Why ain't they giving me the damn president? Politics of St. Kitts and Nevis, which is part of St. Kitts. Okay. St. Kitts and Nevis has a single national assembly, blah, 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 blah. They ain't giving me his name, man. Okay, main office holders. Oh, you can clearly see that they insiders, man. They're insiders. Okay, the Prime Minister. It said the King of St. Kitts and Nevis. So you know that they sold out, man. You got Jamaicans talking about reparations in England. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you can see that they're in it to win it. So let's see. They got the big smiles on their face because they living good. Okay, who's this guy? Okay, Chief Minister, Bear me for a minute. I'm very sorry. And I bet you schooled in England. Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, head of government, appointed government general. Okay, salary. I'm sorry. Okay, so here he is. Let's click on him. Where was he educated? Dr. Drew is the son of Roscoe Pett Mills and Michael McStrokes. He graduated from the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College in 1966. At the age of 19, he was a part-time teacher, high school. He went to Cuba to study medicine from the university, blah, 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 blah. So he studied abroad. All these people study abroad. And he's got a big smile on his face. He's lined up. He got the suit with the red tie. Definitely an insider. So they protect alphabet people. Okay, Dominica. Mostly Benjamin. Some Carib. Okay, let me come back over here. Only you gonna tell me that this guy this is a show a trophy wife. You look at him. Look at him. Come on, y'all. Now it says Dominica, but they give me Dominican Republic. I don't want the Dominican Republic. I want Dominica. Dominica, which is different from the Dominican Republic. Okay, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skimmett. Oh, come on now. Come on now. No beard on their face. Always wearing the suits and the ties. I ain't got a suit and tie in my nowhere in the house. I threw them out years ago. Okay, let me see. What did he? Oh my goodness. This is Dominica, right? Central American, West Indian, whatever. Mixture over there. Benjamin and some of the Latin tribes. It says education. University of Mississippi, New Mexico State University. This guy was groomed. They're groomed. They're never educated in their lands, higher education. So they groomed. They were given a script. And the reason why they have laws to protect those people is because their hidden master told them, no, pass laws on this and pass laws on that. That's what's meant by Revelation 17:4, the cup full of abominations and fornication, meaning you're going to pass laws to protect these people. Has nothing to do with the charagma, but they're going to take the charagma too. And see, the people of these countries, you got Bishop Nathaniel going all around the world telling that they're Israelites. But when the charagma comes, they're going to take it because he's not telling them, not to take it. He's not saying, oh, they're gonna introduce to the whole world a charagma and don't take it because that's the MOTB. He's not teaching that. So a lot of these people that he's telling them that they're Israelites, they know that they're Israelites, but they don't know not to take the MOTB. As you can see, I went in a different direction. I'm gonna go to no more. All these motherfuckers had suits on, suits and ties, and some of them looking happy. But that ain't working in Africa. Most of Africa. All is red. They're like, nah, we ain't with it. Arab nations, we ain't with it. We'll chop your fucking head off. Real talk. Let's go back to it. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of a fornication, which has nothing to do with the Revelation 13:16. Has two completely different things. The African nations that I showed you, all in red, they're going to take the charagma. Let's deal with the word abomination real quick. A foul thing, a detestable thing of idols and things pertaining to idolatry. More so a foul thing, a detestable thing. Being happy is the detestable thing. To render foul, to cause to be abhorred. When it says abhorred, not an Edomite, it's talking about you can come close to them, you're not going to get a disease. He's not contaminated. The word Deuteronomy 23:7 has nothing to do with the word hate. See, you're not supposed to hate it because people don't go on the root words. Abominable, to run oneself away from on account of the stench, metaphorically to abhor, detest. Like when you see a Mo, if you're a regular Jake men and you see two Mo's walking down the street, you're gonna get away from them. I don't even want to be around your aura. When we speak, and sometimes you'll see two Jake men holding hands, and they'll see us up the street and they'll stop holding hands because they know in their spirit they're doing wrong. Esau just keep holding hands. They don't care. I see nothing wrong with it. Them Edomites. But Jake, no, that's why you have a thing called down low. Matter of fact, for the ones of you out there that don't know what down low means, let's look up the word down low. Down low, meaning. No, you dumbass. Do it this way. Down low, meaning. Done secretly and not discussed, so that only a small number of people know about it. Two colleagues were carrying on a relationship on the down low. But they don't want to go into it. Let's keep it on the down low, okay? But that's dealing with, okay, if you have a wife at home, you work, and you have relations with a woman on a job. It could be your boss or whatever. That's down low. But then the down low is talking about Jake men getting it in with other Jake men, but then they have the beards and they go to the gym, they talk rough. It says down low sexual slang. The term is also used to refer to a related sexual identity. Down low has been viewed as a type of impression management that some of the informants use to down low are black men. Put in black men. Black men. Okay, down low is an African American slang term specifically used within the African American community that typically refers to a sexual subculture of black men who usually identified as heterosexual. They got the beards, they got the muscles, they walk rough, they go to the gym, they play basketball, they watch the Super Bowl, but then they get with their boys, oh, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. They don't watch the Super Bowl, they're getting it in with each other, man. And that's big here in America. I'm not talking about around the world, but here in America, you got a lot of jakes that you're gonna run into that are down low, and you'll say that this guy's a mo. No, he can't be a mo. He got a beard. He got muscles. He goes at the gym. He watches the Super Bowl. Yeah, but that's why it's called down low, and that's the abomination in Revelation 17:4. Because that's what the woman in red was pushing, to be mo's. And that's coming out of America and England, mainly America. It says as heterosexual, but actively seeks sexual encounters and relations with other men, practice gay cruising, and frequently don a specific hip hop. And I'm not going to read the rest of this. Oh, let me do this. Down low. In the hip hop community. Down low is an African American slang within the African. See, I ain't giving you hip hop. They just say this, give you the same definition. Okay, let me do this. Down low, hip hop, and the architecture of black whatever hiding in hip hop on the down low in the entertainment industry. Down low sexual slang men who identified as heterosexual. And you got a lot of these actors, these, masculine Jake men that are actors, that got muscles, but they got a wife and they got kids. But they on the down low too. So be careful when you deal with Jake. We had this one individual that was in not our camp, but a camp that was associated with us that we were cool with them down in Atlanta. That they had one brother, and I met the brother, and the brother he didn't have no femininity to him, a regular dude with a beard. Come to find out that this dude was a straight, after camp, he would go on dates with men. He'd be in camp and get texts from men. Are we going to meet tonight? Where are we going to meet at? And then he had the nerve to come to me for counsel about what I do. I said, man, what to do about it? I said, keep walking. That's my counsel. Keep your ass walking. See, the head of the camp kind of felt bad for him, and he said to pray. And I said, no, I just keep walking, bro. I don't even want to hear it. Just keep on walking, man. You know? So don't be surprised if you got down low men in the Hebrew Israelite community. The spirit of this video have changed up a little bit, but this is necessary. So it told you what abomination means, right? I'm sorry, let me go on. I'm kind of stretching it out. Filthiness. Let's look that up real quick. Impurity, filthiness. That means adultery, Moism, the whole nine. And it's coming out, you know, with these people in the music industry, that they're all mo's. They all attend those parties. So they gotta do something to be a part of the club. Oh, you had Floyd Mayweather put out a video, leaked a video of Javante Tank Davis with thongs on, slapping his ass. And he's saying, I ain't gay. Anybody that does some shit like that and you play both sides. You a switch hitter. Okay, so porneia, illicit sexual adultery. It really means adultery, but spiritual fornication is to like people following, or nations, governments following the West. America is known as the West because it's the uttermost West. So give me a second. So if you don't know it, if you didn't know what down low meant, now you know. But this right here, I'm going to remember to leave this in the description box. If not, if you put lists of 65 countries where homosexuality is illegal. Let me do this. Wow, I didn't know this. Okay, list of countries that criminalize alphabetism. Africa, look at all these. Algeria, Burundi, Cameroon, Jake, Egypt, Eritrea, which is Cushites, Ethiopia, Ghana, Guinea, Kenya, Liberia, Libya, Malawi, Morocco, Namibia, Nigeria, Senegal, Jake, Nigeria, Namibia, Jake, Morocco, you got a mixer, Jake, Syria, Leon, Senegal, Jake. Malcolm X was a Senegalese. His father was a straight Senegalese, but he was Americanized. He spoke, Somalia, South Sudan. Now, if you notice, there was a Sudan, and you had the North Sudan and South Sudan. It was a split through America and England. And they passed laws where they can be happy. So the South Sudanese are not with that. Togo, Uganda, and we mentioned Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Asia, including the Middle East. These people will kill you. Americas. Jamaica. Jamaica said, we ain't with that Bati boy nonsense. St. Lucia. Goa. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they ain't with it. They ain't with it, man. And Benjamin, Jamaica, they'll chop you up. Okay, Europe. No country in Europe has a law against homosexuality. The last European location with such a law was blah, 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 blah. Also in Europe and worth mentioning, but not on the list of countries with laws against homosexuality are Russia. Russia is not. Russia, the leadership are Edomites, so they're allowed to come, but the regular citizens, the men, they'll beat you to death. And the reason why Russia accepts it because they're part of the system. So anyway, now I wanted to get into these precepts here. This is 2nd Ezra 10, verse 38. You can really start a couple of verses up. I'm going to go right to the point. It says, he answered me then and said, hear me, and I shall inform thee and tell thee whereof thou art afraid. For the highest will reveal many secret things unto thee. Really, you got to read this whole chapter. And this is concerning the prophecies. Like the 34th verse, then said I, speak on, my Lord, in me, only forsake me not, lest I die frustrate of my hope. In other words, he wants to get the visions. He wants more visions. For I have seen that I knew not, which are the visions, and hear that I do not know. Or is my sense or senses deceived, or my soul in a dream? Am I dreaming? Is this a vision? Sometimes you just have a dream. And sometimes you know it's a vision when you have that dream. That was definitely a vision. 37th verse, now therefore I beseech thee that thou wilt show thy servant of this vision. And like I said, you can read this whole chapter. Now, we know what it says in Amos 3 and 7. The Most High will do nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So if you can't get this, like for example, let's deal with Bishop Nathaniel. Him teaching, ISUPK also teaches the same thing, that the MOTB is an embargo, is sleeping with white women, is, what else? Embargo, sleeping with white women. At one time, Bishop Nate said it has nothing to do with people. He's talking about nations and countries. And nations and companies. So it's not has nothing to do with people. The MOTB has nothing to do with people. Then he changed it to people, and he said, "Oh, that's sin in all of its form, whether it be political or religious or political." He just flipped. He finessed them zombies. The scriptures say, "Meddle clear." It's clear. It said, "Meddle not with him that is given the change." At one time prior to 2016, he was teaching that the new moon is a dark moon. October, November of 2016, he started teaching that the new moon is the full moon. And Bishop Kanai wasn't with it. They had went to a trip on a plane, and Bishop said, I don't see it. Kanai said he see it. He said, look, and he said it in one of his videos. I don't remember which one. He said, look, when we came back on that plane, Bishop Kenai saw it, because the Spirit was telling Bishop Kenai, this don't sit right with me. And I believe Bishop Kenai don't believe in that, MOT being sin in all of its forms. But if you don't stand up, you're not a man of the Lord. If you do not stand up, you are not a man of the Lord. And all you guys that fell off, you ain't doing this work, you ain't did this work in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, you are not men of the Lord. You crept in unawares, and I can name names, and that starts with the 7. Don't let me name no names. So Amos 3 verse 7 is an important chapter. Let me give you a couple more. I kind of had you there. Just bear with me. I'm going to give you a couple more, and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay, 2nd Ezra 12:34. (2:36). And we don't got to give these deep, dark secrets and these breakdowns and these deep understandings to everybody. This only goes to people that are wise, people such as likened to yourselves. 2nd Ezra 12 verse 34 to 36. For the rest of my people shall be he delivered with mercy, those that have been pressed upon my borders, the kingdom of Judah, and he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of the judgment, whereof I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. This is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations, the understanding. Thou only hast been meet to know this secret of the highest. Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of thy people, whose hearts or minds thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. Why do you keep, Captain Zariak, why do you keep going on Sarnetta's show and going back and forth with him? You think these guys are going to come around? They ain't going to come around, man. But if our gospel be here, it is here to them that are lost. Give me a second. What's up, Super?
Hey, how's it going?
What's this noise here? I'm a little concerned.
Never heard it.
Yeah, come on, you hear this noise?
They back off. Yeah.
Now I feel better.
All right.
Take care, man. Okay, I just heard some noise. The super was out there, so I was asking him about it. Anyway, another one I'm gonna give you, 2nd Ezra 14 verse 5. So when somebody says, "Oh, you got to teach me all this," and you got to, and you see that this guy is don't have the spirit to receive it, you don't got to give him a damn thing. You give him, if anything, you give him the basics. You got Bishop Nate going on these different shows with these unbelievers. They ain't gonna wake up. And if anything, they get entertained by it. Give me a second here. Okay. Okay, 14, second Ezra 14 and 5. I'm going right to the point. And told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. So you don't got to give everybody everything. Now let me jump down to the 26th verse, as I have it in my notes. By the way, you can read this whole this whole chapter, 26th verse. Let me try to start from the like I said, read this whole chapter. Start from the 26th verse. I'm sorry, 25th. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart. So you can't open up this book and just start saying this means that. That's what a lot of guys do. If they don't understand certain things, they wing it. Which shall not be put out till the things be performed, which thou shalt begin to write. You got to read this whole chapter, which I'm not going to do. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, give it to the public, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. Tomorrow, this hour, shalt thou begin to write. Like I said, you got to read this whole chapter. Let me do this. Okay, so what verse is that? Okay, 26. Okay, now I'm down here too. Like I said, you got to read this whole chapter. Let me just go right to the 39th verse. 37th verse. 36th verse. Let no man therefore come unto me now, nor seek after me these 40 days. So I took the 5 men as he commanded me, and we went into the field and remained there. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. And then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast. My spirit strengthened my memory, and my mouth was open and shut no more. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, and we don't have these books. There's books that we don't have, that we're going to get in the kingdom, which they knew not, and they sat 40 days. The Most High put a spirit on them where they sat for a month and 10 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. So they were fasting. They were just writing. So at the end of the day, okay, eat something. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held my tongue by night. In 40 days, they wrote 204 books. Now you got to beware of a nigga that's going to come up and say, hold up, let me see if I can get this. But anyway, you can read this whole chapter as well. I'll give you a couple more. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 21. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 21. I'm going long, but bear with me. Let me just read 21, and I may jump up a verse or jump down a verse. And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. That's a Song of Solomon. Let me see something. Let me try something. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, I'm at the 21st verse. I'm going to start at the 8. Let me see. Start the 16th verse. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. 17 verse. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operations of the elements. Well, he put it together with the angels, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times. So Solomon saw visions as well. The alteration of the turning of the sun and the changing of seasons, the circuits of years and the position of stars, the nature of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reasoning of men, the diversity of plants. That's herbs. If you're a prophet, you're supposed to know how to heal yourself. And the virtues of roots. You get sick, you run into the. A lot of y'all motherfuckers took that jump shot too, and wound up getting sick. For wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me. For in her feminine spirit is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold. Manifold meaning many folds to it. Subtile. So if you're basic, you can't get into this. You got to grow in this thing. Lively, clear, undefiled, right? Not adulterated with anything. That undefiled meaning this truth's got to be 100%. You go off on one point, not one jot or one tittle. Plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be leaded, ready to do good. And the thing that you're going to do good is this word, pushing this word. This is what we have. This is our job. Okay, let me see. Let me give you one more. Ecclesiasticus 48 and 25. Let's see what that says. Ecclesiasticus 48 and 25. And 25. Bear with me for a minute. Let me get my bearings straight. Okay, I'll read the 25th and I may jump up a couple of verses. He showed what should come to pass forever, and secret things or ever they came. Let me jump up to the 23rd verse. 24th verse. He saw by an excellent spirit what should come to pass at the last, and he comforted them that mourned in Zion. You really got to read this whole chapter, which is a short chapter, relatively short. It said, then stood up Elias, which is Elijah the prophet, as fire, and his word burned like a lamp. He brought a sore famine upon them, and by his zeal he diminished their number. By the word of the Lord he shut up the heavens, and also 3 times brought down fire. Well, it was actually 2 times, because the third 50 and his captain of 50 and his 50, the angel said don't do nothing to him. He coming nice, because the angel, he was in the spirit, he gonna burn them up too. The angels held him back. It says, "Oh Elias, oh Elijah." This is why the Messiah said, "Of men born of women, there's no greater than John." Because what super great acts did John do? He wasn't talking about what he did as John. He was talking about what he did as Elijah. Let me jump down to the 10th verse. Who was ordained for reproof in their times, to pacify the wrath of the Lord's judgment before it break forth into fury, which is the destruction. We got to be woken up before the destruction come, and to turn the heart of the fathers unto the son, and to restore the tribes of Jacob. So now you got these guys in IUIC saying about Bishop Nate, we don't know if you're Peter or we don't know if you're Elijah. You're one of them guys. Well, he damn sure ain't Elijah, and he damn sure ain't Peter. And he was supposed to tell him, no, I'm not Elijah, I'm not Peter. Because he didn't restore the tribes back to Jacob. That came with Abba Bivens, which was Elijah. He was the one that, out of the people, there was many people that followed him, but the 3 that were left was Marsha, Arya, and Yahawah. Then you had 4 added to them. And some of them became disenchanted and bugged out. So it's not when Bishop Nate came on the scene in 1990, I believe it was, I already knew that it was Israelite. There was hundreds and thousands of Jake that already knew that they were Israelites, man. So how in the hell did you restore the sons to the father and the father to the sons? This is madness, man. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say Shalom. And you know what I'm going to do? Let me mention some of these precepts. 2nd Ezra 5 verse 9, Deuteronomy 29, that's a good one. That's definitely dealing with the prophets. Judges 13 and 8, Job 15 and 8, Job 29 and 4, Psalm 91, one of my favorites, Psalm 25 verse 14, Psalms 31 verse 20. And anyway, with that, I'm going to say Shalom.